Are you hip to Eyewitness? I know that you probably know who the great bassist Anthony Jackson is. I've talked about him before on this channel, specifically his amazing work with Chaka Khan. Anthony was one quarter of the group Eyewitness, featuring guitarist Steve Khan, percussionist Manolo Badrena, drummer Steve Jordan, and AJ on the bass. The group, brought together by Khan, was born out of jam sessions with no sheet music or charts, or even discussion about how the music was going to be played. What they created was a group sound and concept based on groove and atmosphere with these amazing moments of collective improvisation. Let's take a look at track number 1 from the first Eyewitness album, Where's Mumphrey? According to Steve Khan, this was probably the first thing that this group jammed up together, and the whole thing revolves around this killer ostinato played on the bass. It's a great one-measure line with a bit of syncopation that's using mostly the notes of the E7 scale. And Steve Khan goes on to use a variety of chords over that same line. But the coolest part of this song is how the beat is passed around and how the one can jump around depending on who's playing it. For example, Steve Jordan seems to start out the song playing a crash cymbal pattern on beat 2. But when the bass comes in, he moves it over to match Anthony's beat 1. And when the guitar comes in, he starts the phrase on beat 4, that low E. So the bass line ends up feeling like this. It's very much like Afro-Cuban music, where the clave can flip over mid-song, but the bass line, the tumbao, stays the same. And pay special attention to this 4-measure section in the melody. It's a cue that sets up a break that everybody plays regardless of where their beat is. And Anthony always comes back in with his beat 1. And dig the magic that happens when the guitar solo starts on the track. AJ lets go of that ostinato figure and starts to engage in a musical conversation with Steve Khan. It's really cool and something that Steve called always soloing yet never soloing. Anthony Jackson does not like to play traditional solos, and so, as a group, we try to create environments whereby he can be in conversation with the drums and percussion. And though the guitar and a sense of harmony are present, it plays more of a background role. Again, there were no charts. It seems to be a solo over E something. These musicians are playing off of instinct and listening hard to one another. Oh, and did I mention he did all of this on a 4-string? This was before he started playing the 6-string bass full time. Eventually the ostinato comes back and we get a perfect snapshot of that Anthony Jackson conversational style. When that 4-bar cue section returns, he goes off. wish I knew how to explain what he's doing here. Anthony himself would describe this as a la Jamerson, in reference to his hero, but it's so much more than that. There's nobody on the planet that plays bass like this. And check out percussionist Manolo Badrena, who plays brilliantly throughout, start vocalizing at the end of the track. From the first time I ever heard this group, I knew it was something special. It's spontaneous, grooving, and unique, and somehow the sum is greater than all of these amazing parts. And what about that title? It's a great story. The 1981 World Series. The Yankees have just gone up 2-0 over the LA Dodgers, and when they run out to take the field for Game 3, somehow outfielder Jerry Mumphrey is missing from the starting lineup. At that moment, Steve Kahn and Steve Jordan, both watching the game together, looked over at each other and in unison screamed, "Where's Mumphrey?" The Yankees lost that game, and they lost the next 3 games in a row to lose the series to the Dodgers. Where's Mumphrey indeed? I want to give a big shout out and a huge thank you to the great guitarist Steve Kahn, who graciously allowed me to use some of the incredible resources from his website. Steve's website is an amazing companion to his wonderful music. There you'll find sheet music, analysis, and incredible stories about how it was all put together. So thank you, Steve Kahn, and thank you, Eyewitness, for putting together some of my favorite music ever. So go and check it out.